Hey, Adam here from Holistic Design. Behind me, we have a dead tree. What I want to zoom in on today is mushrooms. Right behind me, we have some turkey tail mushrooms that are growing out of this dead tree in the woods. And so I'm going to zoom out a little bit so we can see the context of this tree. So it fell down, snapped. Probably happened maybe 3-4 years ago or so. And now my son comes down here and uses it as a nice balancing log. It's a great log to learn how to learn that physicality, learn that balance and all that. So zooming up to it, we can see we got the turkey tails here, and we can actually see we got turkey tails all up and down this thing. So we got more there, and it keeps going on. All this behind me, more and more turkey tails. And so why am I bringing up turkey tail mushrooms? Well, we had somebody ask about gardening in the forest and how to do it. And so you can garden plants, and that's like the most typical way that people do garden, but you can also garden fungus. So plants, what they do, at the most fundamental level, is they take the energy from the sun and they use that as food, and then they convert that into their sugars, and then they'll grow the vegetative parts, they'll grow their seeds, flowers, their roots, and they'll even feed, they'll have symbiotic relationships with fungus and be feeding them the sugars that they create from the sun. And so it all begins with the sun. But when all of the sun is being sort of occupied by trees, in the case of a forest, then you have to look towards other sort of sources of energy in order to do that gardening. And so the great thing about the forest is the abundance of shade. When you have a combination of shade and moisture, you have an environment that is perfect for mushrooms. And so what a lot of people are doing now is they're actually gardening other sort of species, specifically other kingdoms even, and so they're gardening mushrooms. And so just like this turkey tail right here, you can do this at home by inoculating logs and growing all sorts of different types of gourmet mushrooms. A lot of people are doing shiitake mushrooms, oyster mushrooms. Some people actually do grow turkey tail in the home environment because it's used medicinally, and there's some research showing that it helps with cancer even. So and other medicinal mushrooms include reishi, lion's mane. There's a whole slew of mushrooms that are out there. And so let's say you're the sort of person who has an abundance of forest, an abundance of shade, and wants to do some gardening. Then you might be the sort of candidate to grow something like a mushroom, just like you have this turkey tail here growing in the forest, but maybe you'll be growing shiitakes so that you can feed your family with super high quality food that does have a degree of protein in it, as well as a lot of vitamin D, and let's see what else. What do they call them? Polysaccharides in them too. Just super healthful, and a sort of food that other people who don't have access to quite as much shade, they won't even have the capacity to do it. And so no matter where you're at, there are opportunities for you to be growing nutrient-dense food and also be sort of spreading the joy of gardening. So if you like the video, give me a like, hit the subscribe button, ding that little bell so you get notified when these pop up, and then also take a look out for my book, Ecosystem Gardening. That's coming out May 1st. Keep an eye out for that. Otherwise, take care.